Hi, happy Thursday. My name is Gail Ballin, also known as Healthy Mama B. And I have lost over 110 pounds. And my goal in life now is to help motivate others to achieve their weight loss and fitness goals as well. I think that one of the hardest parts about losing weight is making the decision to get started, and the next hardest decision is to actually go forth and make it happen. Most of us know what we have to do to take care of ourselves, yet we don't do anything to make those changes. In fact, so many of you have outreached to me, and we've had conversations about this over and over again, and I've shared some insight about my weight loss and shared some tips and tricks that have worked for me. And I've heard the perpetual response of, I know, I know, I know, I know. And I think to myself, well, if you know, then why don't you just do it? But then I think back to when I was in a really stuck place and unmotivated to change, even when I knew that I should do something about it. I should have, I could have, I would have, but I didn't. Time and time and time again, I did absolutely nothing to change my weight, or myself, or the way I thought about myself. And I'm sure that some of you can actually relate to this as well. You know that you shouldn't eat the donut, but you do it anyway. You know that you could have gone to the gym after work. You had plenty of time to do it, but you chose not to. You could have made a bigger effort if you had the time, but you never attempted to do that. You know, some of us even put our life on hold, not trying new things because we're afraid that our weight is going to get in the way. Sometimes we're too embarrassed to get into that bathing suit because we're afraid of what other people are going to think of us. Or we don't think that we're going to be physically able to climb up that hiking trail to get to the top of the mountain. So we sit on the sidelines, not even trying. And we sit on the sidelines of life just waiting. Some of us actually live our lives thinking that it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter that we're not living our lives to the fullest because that's the way it's been, that's the way it's always been, and we're okay with that. We rationalize that it doesn't matter that we ate that donut or that we skipped the gym. It doesn't matter that we weigh in at 297 pounds like I did because we haven't hit the 300-pound mark yet. And in our minds, we rationalize that that's okay. But in our hearts, we know that we're not okay. We know that we want it to be different. We know that we want it to be better, but nothing changes. We make those conscious decisions to not take care of ourselves. And we sabotage ourselves time and time again. And we're not really quite sure why we do it, we just do. And I remember a time when I was stuck. I knew I had to change, but I did absolutely nothing to change it. And I've shared a lot of these stories with you over time. I've shared how I went to the doctor and the doctor told me that I had to lose weight. I shared that I had high blood pressure and high cholesterol and I was on medication and I did nothing. And I would get motivated to change and go on a diet and lose a couple pounds only to gain the few pounds back plus a couple more. And nothing ever really changed. It never really stuck. But then, you know, once in a while, something will happen. You know, this last week, something happened to somebody who's very close to me. A very close relative of mine was hospitalized late last week, and I'm not going to tell you who it is for the sake of privacy, but I will let you know that this person is okay. It was a bit scary there for a while, but this person is all right now, and I think that's fantastic and wonderful. But I'll tell you that what they went through was totally preventable, and my relative passed out last week because of low blood sugar. You see, this person has diabetes and they weren't managing it correctly. And to make a very long story short, because of a multitude of factors, this person wound up having a toe amputated because of complications due to their diabetes. You know, sure, it could have been a couple of toes or a whole foot or a whole leg, and you know, it could have been a whole lot worse, which is terrible. But why did it have to be anything at all? This person has type 2 diabetes, which is preventable and reversible with a healthy diet and exercise. But the donut was too tempting. The gym was never a priority, and they never prioritized themselves enough to make the effort. And it's something that could have happened to any one of us if we don't take the time to take care of ourselves. And I think it was a very strong lesson. You know, I spoke with my brother recently, obviously related to this person as well, and he said that he's back on his diet and he's lost 3 pounds already in the last week. You know, sometimes we need a wake-up call, whether it's somebody that we love who goes through a traumatic health situation, to realize that life is too short, that our lives and our bodies are very fragile, and if we don't take care of them, then drastic things can happen. And we have got to learn. We know, yet we don't do. And when we realize that people that we love suffer because of preventable situations, sometimes we learn that it's time to take care of ourselves too. So, you know, the question becomes, why don't we make the effort? Well, there are a couple of schools of thought on this. The first one is fear of failure. Many people fear that they're going to fail, so they don't even try. But what they don't realize is that by not trying, they're already failing. So they have absolutely nothing to lose but the weight. You know, if that is you, if you're the person who is afraid of failing, you have nothing to lose but the weight. So just try. Just try. You know, the second school of thought is fear of success. You know, some people are afraid that they're going to be successful in their health goals, and then they have to maintain their healthy lifestyle. And that's sometimes harder than actually losing the weight. And many people have gained and lost weight so many times over the course of their life that they're afraid to actually get there, because it's really challenging to maintain your weight. I know I'm there, right? I'm still trying to lose my last 25 pounds, and I'm stuck because I'm having a wonderful time maintaining where I am right now. And this may be the weight that I'm at for the rest of my life. And if it is, I'm very happy. But, you know, we feel that sometimes it's hard, but, you know, instead of looking at it as, you know, a diet, we have to look at it as a journey. Okay, it's a journey that never ends. It's like that road trip that goes on and on, like that song. It's about a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. So we have to really look at it that way. If you're afraid of success because you're afraid of what will happen on the other side, don't be. It's amazing to get to the other side. And if you've gotten there and you have not been able to maintain it, then you were on a program that wasn't the right program for you. So think about what will work for you, analyze it, see what's worked in the past, what may work for you in the future, what you need to succeed, and make that choice. Try a couple of different things. Ultimately, you know, whatever you try will work. But, you know, the science of weight loss is calories in and calories out. You decrease your calorie intake and you're going to lose weight. You exercise and you burn calories while you're decreasing the calories, and you will lose weight. That's just the way it works. You know, another school of thought on why we don't do anything about it, what we know is comfortable. We're used to our lifestyle and we're used to our routines. So the idea of letting go of our comfort is disconcerting. We don't like change no matter how good it is for us. And so again, we rationalize. Our minds are incredibly powerful tools, and we can talk ourselves into anything and we can talk ourselves out of anything. We need to remember that. The fourth school of thought is lack of self-love. Some of us don't think that we're worth the effort. And because of that, we don't do the things that we know we should to take better care of ourselves. And sometimes we even think that that type of behavior is selfish. And I believe I talked about that last week, some people thinking that it's just selfish, and who wants to be selfish? We have to get past that way of thinking. We have to learn to love ourselves. And once we get past that, you'll realize that you're worth the effort and you're worth living a full and happy life. And if you don't think that you are today, think about the people who love you and think about how they want you to be around for a really long time. So if you don't think that you're worth it today, think about the people who think that you're worth it. And at least go by how they feel about you and start making changes, if not for yourself, then at least for them. The next school of thought is mindlessness. I've talked a lot about mindfulness, but mindlessness is not really thinking about taking care of yourself. It's going through your daily life, not thinking about what you eat or how you move. It's eating whatever you want, whenever you want, not exercising or having an active lifestyle at all. And when you don't pay attention and you don't prioritize, then you lose sight of yourself and you lose sight of your health. That's where I was. Also a lot of fear there also, both of success and failure. But it was complete mindlessness. I didn't care. I didn't care what I ate. I didn't care about exercise. I didn't care about anything. I also didn't really care very much about prioritizing myself. So it could be a multitude of factors in there. It could be all of them. Okay? So I want you to just stop, and there could be more than just this list of 5. Think about it for a moment and think about what is holding you back from being successful. Is it one of the things that we've mentioned? Is it something else? Think about it. Process it. And if you're not quite sure, then after today or after tonight when I'm done with my talk, take it away, journal it, write it down. Try to figure out what it is that's holding you back from taking care of yourself, because you know what you need to do to take care of yourself, yet you're not doing it. So you need to unstick yourself. In order to do that, you have to figure out why. I read something recently that really hit home, and I wanted to share it with you tonight, so I'm going to read it to you. And I didn't write this, but it really resonated with me. How did I lose weight? I stayed hungry a lot. I ate broccoli when all I wanted was a damn brownie. I exercised even though I was tired, even though it was raining, or even when I just didn't feel like it. I learned that special occasions are not a reason to overeat. When I slipped up, I pulled myself together and I got right back on track. I didn't shy away from the scale. In short, there is no trick or secret to getting fit. It's just a hell of a lot of hard work. And really, that's the key. Losing weight and getting fit is work. It is work, and it is a lot of work. It's hard work that is invigorating, it's empowering, and it is incredibly satisfying. It leaves you feeling stronger, healthier, and more beautiful than you have ever felt in your entire life. When you start to see the pounds drop off, it is the most incredible feeling, and I'm sure you know that feeling because you felt it before. When I read through this, I thought about how many times I stayed hungry, And I have really thought, I love the feeling of being hungry. I enjoy it because for years I didn't allow myself to feel hungry. I actually did what I call preventative hunger. I didn't ever want to feel hungry, so I would eat to prevent myself from being hungry, which in and of itself is a little screwed up, but that's how I functioned. And I was afraid of being hungry. Now I embrace it. When I feel hungry, I feel good. Am I hungry often? Not very often. But when I do feel hungry, I feel good. It means my body's ready for fuel, and that's what food has become for me. Do I eat broccoli when I want brownies? Yes, I do. I also eat apples, and I eat pears and peaches and carrots and a multitude of other healthy options. I eat lots of proteins, but I do try to stay away from the brownies. Do I eat a brownie? Yeah, I eat brownies, but I don't eat brownies as often as I eat the broccoli and the other healthy options. You have to indulge every once in a while, otherwise you won't be successful. If you deny yourself everything, then you won't be successful, because you can't live in a constant state of denial. You have to indulge every once in a while. You are human. Exercise is key. I've learned to love exercise, and I enjoy challenging myself physically now. I was the girl who hated gym class. I would get notes from my mother so I could sit on the sidelines and not have to participate. But now I'm trying things that I have never tried before. I joined a boot camp class, and now I'm doing frog push-ups and bear crawls. A couple weeks ago, I didn't even know what those were. And I'm actually doing them. I'm not doing them very well, but I'm doing them and I'm attempting them, and it's the most incredible feeling. I'm in the best shape of my life at 47 years old, and I am so proud of it. It's the most incredible feeling. Learning that special occasions are not a reason to overeat was key. Really key. We think that the holidays, we should gain 10 pounds or we should expect to gain 5 or 10 pounds. No, there's no reason. Just because it's a holiday doesn't mean that we have to eat a half of a turkey or extra helpings of potatoes. Be consistent in your diet. If you stick to your normal routines, the holidays can have a couple of indulgences, maybe a little bit more than you normally do in terms of snacks and special treats, but it doesn't have to be some insane crazy menu that you indulge in. Special occasions are wonderful with the people that you love. The occasion should be the situation, not necessarily the food. We give too much power to food and what it means. The celebration is not the food, it's the environment and the people that we are with. Okay? And really one of the most important things that I loved about this is when I slipped up, I pulled myself together and got back on track, which is very true. Oftentimes we slip up and we say, you know what? I ate today. I had a chocolate bar and I am done for the day. That's it. I'm done. It was, I'm 300 calories over and I'm going to have some pizza tonight and I am done. And really, no, you can't do that. You have the chocolate bar, have a salad for dinner with some protein. You're probably going to be higher in your calorie range during the day, but hey, you know what? That's okay. It's healthier than eating pizza, and tomorrow if you want your pizza, then have it. Just go to the gym in the morning or in the evening or at some point during the day. You have to get back on track. If you throw it all away because you went off track a little bit, then you're just not going to succeed, and that's not okay. Okay? And, one of the biggest factors is not shying away from the scale. I put out a blog this week about taking ownership of past successes and past failures, and shying away from the scale ties into that. In order to be successful on your journey, you have to own up to your previous failures. You have to accept where you were there and say, you know what, it's okay. I'm human. I failed. I got to this number, and if you think that it's easy to tell the world that, I was 300 pounds, it's not an easy thing to do, but I own up to it. And that's where I was. I was 297 pounds, and likely I was over 300 pounds but I didn't get on the scale that day, and I probably should, because maybe I would have started a little bit sooner had I realized that I had hit the 300-pound mark. But you have to own up to your previous successes and your previous failures. Until you do that and you're not completely honest with yourself, then you're living in some denial, and you can't do that. You have to be completely open and honest with yourself. It's like having a relationship with anybody, right? When you're in a relationship with somebody that you love, you want to be completely open and honest with them. You have to have that same type of relationship with yourself. So have that inner dialogue with you and say, you know what, I understand, and I was 297 pounds, and that's okay. I'm good with it. Am I proud of it? Absolutely not. But I've changed my life, and I'm going to continue to change my behaviors, and I can tell you that I will never be that weight again. So I'm good with it. And know that, you know, getting on the scale is part of being on this journey. So whatever your weight is, be okay with it. It is a number. It does not define who you are. And if you're not happy with the number, change it. You have the power to change it. You know, you have to prioritize yourself. You are worth it. You know what you need to do. You've likely done it before, and you've succeeded in the past, and now it's time to do it again. Be mindful. Be aware. Track your calories. Choose a program that's going to work for you. Start moving every single day in some capacity, whether it's walking or lifting weights or going to the gym and doing an elliptical or on a treadmill or taking a group exercise class, whatever it is. Do something every day to burn calories. And make sure to follow Healthy Mama Bee, both on my website, healthy-mamabee.com, and on Facebook. If you need additional support, then private message me. I'm happy to help. You know, I've heard from some of my followers and friends recently, and some of you have made some incredible progress. Diane has lost 25 pounds, and she is now off of her high blood pressure medication. Her cholesterol is down. She's doing great. Her diabetes is almost, you know, almost gone. Her blood sugar levels are that low, so she's almost there. My friend Kathy, who I've known for many years, is down 8.5 pounds. She's starting to lose weight, which is fantastic. You know, a lot of you have outreached to me recently, and you've shared your stories. So please, you know that you can do this, and I hope that my story inspires you, because honestly, if I can make these changes in my life, anybody can. I was stubborn. I didn't know. I was stuck. I didn't think I could ever do it. And one day I just made this agreement with myself. And in all honesty, this is what I said. I was in Texas visiting my brother, and I said to myself, you know what, Gail, you have to do something, because you're really overweight and you just can't continue to live this way. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to do something for 30 days. You're going to give it 1 month. And in 1 month, you're going to download an app, and you're going to stick within a calorie range. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to track everything that you eat, and you're not going to give up any foods that you love. You're going to eat whatever you want within that calorie range. And if in 1 month you don't lose any weight, then you're going to accept yourself for who you are at whatever weight you are, and you are going to love yourself and be okay with who you are. But if in that 1 month you lose weight, then you know that you're well on your way. Because I had really realized that I never gave it a really good faith effort. I had reached the 300-pound mark without making an effort to lose weight, to exercise. So I gave myself 30 days to really do it, to exercise, to lose weight, and I started walking. I was in Texas for about 3.5 weeks at that point. I went out that night, went for a nice long walk around the block, started eating healthier, and I did it. I lost weight very, very slowly at first, and when I came home, I kicked it up a notch. I went back to the gym. I started going to group exercise classes, and then the weight started really falling off. Here I am, 110 pounds later, and truly, folks, if I can do it, you can do it. So that's my message. I'm here to help you. if you need my help and support, know that I'm here for you. Just private message me, and there's no quick trick or anything to do it. It's all natural. It's just watching yourself and just accepting yourself with who you are at any weight, and knowing and having the confidence that you can do it. So if I can do it, you can do it, and I'm happy to help you get there. Remember, it's healthy-mamabee.com. Let your friends and family know that I'm here. I would love for you to share my story and my information with them. If I can help your friends and family, I would love to do that as well. Be healthy, be happy, be awesome, and I'll talk to you next week. Take care. Bye.